Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build video on my channel. My name is Ashley for those of you who have not met me yet, and I do Sims 4 base game speed builds on my channel on Monday. So, welcome back to another one, of course. So today's video is really long because I did a build that is really big, or in my opinion, it's really big. It's a lot bigger than what I usually do. This one sits on a 40 by 30 lot, so that's the biggest lot I've ever built on, and let me tell you guys, it is hard. It is hard to do large builds. Like, it's easy to do the exterior, but then as soon as you go to the furnishing part and then you take down the walls and you realize how big of a floor plan you have to deal with, all of a sudden you're like, whoa, like, I should not have done that, like, big mistake, but yeah, so today's video is a larger build, and it's kind of like what I want to call a modern farmhouse. So I feel like the front kind of facade is kind of farmhouse inspired, has the white paneling and that kind of thing, and kind of the farmhouse looking roof, but then I put kind of like a modern or contemporary twist on it, so it's a bit more updated than your typical farmhouse, I suppose. The interior is completely open floor plan, more contemporary in that regard, so I was really going for that kind of renovated, updated kind of feel. This house is on the more expensive side though. It costs 210,000 simoleons, but it does fit 7 Sims though, a family of 7. It has 4 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, so it definitely has a lot to offer considering how expensive it is, so I think that's totally fine. And because it was such a large house, I added like everything to it pretty much. You know when you have like such a large house and you don't know what else to fill it with, so you just pretty much fill it with every single possible skill building activity item there is. So it has like a pool, workout equipment, easel, chess table, a bar, guitar, violin, you know, honestly I can't even think of all the things that it has, but it pretty much has everything. That's just how it goes when you build these large houses. You just end up putting like tons and tons of items into it. So yeah, if your Sim family lives here, they'll be a very well-rounded family. So my videos in the last 2 weeks have been kind of the same build split up into 2. I did kind of London-inspired row houses, and a lot of people really liked those. I'm so happy, but since I split it up into 2, it technically was only 1 build, so I wanted to make sure I came back this week with something really impressive for you guys, so I'm really happy with the way that this one turned out. I've never done a really large build like this, so I really hope you guys enjoy it, and I know big builds are always difficult because then you have to fill it with more stuff, but I think I did a decent job of filling it without, making it too cluttered, because I did want that kind of open concept, really clean feel as well. And I think this house would be perfect for entertaining, and that's kind of what I was going for with the kind of open floor plan. I imagine that people would have kind of parties in the house on the left side, and then there's kind of the more family, office-y area on the right there. And you guys, it is almost February, and I can tell you guys that something new is going to be coming to my channel in that month. So if you've been watching me for a little bit, you might already know what's going on, because next month I will be bringing a new weekly video to my channel. So I hope you guys are really excited for me to kind of incorporate something new onto my channel besides my weekly base game builds. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys stay till the very end to see these screenshots. I'm so happy with the way that this one turned out, given the fact that it was a little bit more of a challenge for me. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So there's actually something that I really hate about this build, and that is that it's so long, therefore the video is like 20 minutes, which means I have to talk for a really long time. And I have a tendency to now kind of drag my intros on for a really long time so that I don't have to talk as much in the voiceover part or in the storytelling part and that kind of thing. But this one, it was kind of inevitable because the video is like 20 minutes long, so I'm stuck with doing a long voiceover. So, I don't really have much to talk about or much planned to talk about. So I guess in light of recent events with the whole, monetization policy changes and all the drama revolving around that, So I thought I'd take the time today to kind of mention some of the channels that I really love watching, big or small. And just firstly, as a disclaimer, if I don't mention your channel right now, it doesn't mean that I don't like your content. I'm just kind of saying, you know, channels that come to mind, and if I am subscribed to you, it means that I actually like and watch your content. I'm not subscribed to, you know, a boatload of people. So if I actually am subscribed to you and I, you know, comment on your video or something, it's because I actually enjoyed it. So yeah, just a disclaimer, if I don't mention you, it doesn't mean that I don't like your channel. I like everybody's channel. So I'm a builder, right? I do build videos, but I also really like to watch Create a Sim videos because I'm really bad at Create a Sim. I have never done a Create a Sim video. I will probably never do a Create a Sim video. Don't ever ask me to do a Create a Sim video because it will turn out horribly. It'll turn out horribly wrong. So I'm really bad at Create a Sim. So I really like watching other people do it, and this one channel does really good celebrity cast videos. So he makes various celebrities, like he made the Kardashians and various like popular celebrities from TV shows. And the reason why I especially like this channel is because I put in a request for 2 Create a Sim videos back a few weeks back, and he made both of them. And the request that I made was that he do 2 members from BTS, the Korean pop boy band. So basically I asked him to, you know, create my future husbands, and he did it. And the channel that I'm talking about, if you haven't already figured it out, is Clover Simmer. So yeah, thank you for making those Create a Sim videos, especially the BTS ones. Those were so great. I watch those fairly often, to be honest, because it's so amazing how he's able to kind of recreate celebrities with such accuracy. It's kind of creepy, but really cool in a way, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if you like Create a Sim videos and you like celebrity Create a Sim videos, definitely go check him out. And I'm just going to put this out here right now, Clover Simmer, if you are watching this, I expect that you will be making the rest of the members of BTS soon, and I look forward to seeing that on your channel. I'm putting in the request right now. Okay, so the next channel I want to mention has a series of Create a Pet videos. So I also don't have the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, so I really enjoy watching her Create a Pet videos, but specifically because she kind of does it in a different way. She kind of puts a different spin on it, and what she does is instead of just creating, you know, regular cats and dogs, she makes Pokemon. So with the Create a Pet tool, she actually makes various Pokemon, and it's so cool because you wouldn't think that it would work because Pokemon aren't like super fluffy, but then cats and dogs are like fluffy, but she makes it work so well, and she really puts in a lot of small details with the shading and stuff to really make it so accurate to the actual Pokemon itself, and it's so cool, and it's so creative. And the channel who does this, if you haven't already figured it out, is Nicole Sim Social. So girl, those videos are so cool. Like, if I had Create a Pet, I would 100% download all of them and make my game full of Pokemon. But yeah, if you guys like Create a Pet videos, or you like Pokemon and you just want to, you know, see Pokemon be created in a really cool way, you should definitely check out her channel. So it seems as if the trend here is for me to mention channels who do things that I can't do, or who have skills that I don't have. So I think that's what's really that's what really impresses me, or what draws me to people's videos, is when they do things that are, you know, out of the ordinary, or do things that maybe are a bit more challenging. And I think that's kind of what drives me to always do base game videos, is because, you know, it's not your typical Sims build, because it's a challenge in a sense. So it's the same with Clover Simmer's celebrity cast videos. and Nicole Sim Social's Pokemon videos, it's things that maybe the average person wouldn't be able to do, or you wouldn't see it really being done very often in the Sims 4 YouTube community. So I think that that's what I look for when I look to click on people's videos. I always am looking for something different. So that being said, I should also mention a builder that I have been loving watching recently. And this builder also has some skills that I really admire, and that is because he does a lot of really large builds. So as a builder, or I think builders in general in The Sims, as they are learning to build, you always start small. You always start off with smaller houses because they're easier to kind of, do the whole thing, and then the interior isn't as overwhelming because it's not as big. So I say that ironically as I'm building a massive build in the background here, but this was like my first one, so I don't usually do large builds, so kudos to me for doing this one today. But this simmer consistently does really, really large, impressive builds, and they always turn out really amazing. The interiors that he does are always so on point. Like, I love the aesthetic. And then the exteriors are equally as impressive. Usually when you do these large builds, it's easy to make the exterior kind of look underwhelming in a sense. But this guy, he really gets everything. He gets everything and always looks really phenomenal. So this was a pretty vague description of the channel, but if you haven't figured it out already, the simmer I'm talking about is Biva Builds. He doesn't have nearly as many subscribers as I think he deserves. His builds truly are really, really great. And I actually really want him to furnish one of my houses one day. So Biva Builds, if you're watching this, hit me up sometime because I want to see what you can do with one of my base game houses. And I challenge you to also furnish it with base game and see what you come up with. So I really hope you check out those 3 channels: Clover Simmer for cast videos, Nicole Sim Social for create a pet videos, and Biva Builds for build videos. I'm just going to mention those 3 in this video. I think that's a good mix for you guys to check them out if any of those sound interesting. So I guess the kind of a lesson of today's voiceover is to watch the videos and the channels of people who you think have skills that you don't have. That's how you learn, by watching people who are really great at things that you maybe aren't so great at. So those 3 channels all provide something for me that I feel like I can learn from, so I suggest you check out those channels too if that's something that you're interested in. So there's still time left on this voiceover, so I guess the remainder of the time I will talk about the build. So as you can see, I am doing the upstairs and I'm doing all the bedrooms. So there are 4 bedrooms up here and you can fit a family of 7. So I've already done the kids room over there, so that one will fit 2 kind of kids. And then now I am doing a toddler bedroom. So this toddler bedroom could definitely fit like another toddler if you wanted to. And I wanted to make the rooms really fun, but also rooms that they could grow into. So as they age up, you just have to kind of change the beds a little bit to accommodate their new age, I guess. So I didn't want to make the walls super colorful or super kid-like because I wanted the bedrooms, I wanted you to be able to grow into them. So as they grow up into teenagers and stuff, you could really adapt the rooms easily to fit their age. So that's why I kind of kept the flooring and the wallpaper kind of consistent throughout the entire house. Now, the other thing that I wanted to make sure for the bedrooms is that each bedroom had an ensuite, because since it is like a home that can fit a really large family, it's always really annoying in the morning when the kids are getting ready for school and they're like fighting over the bathroom. So I wanted to make sure that there were enough bathrooms for everybody. So I think 1 bathroom in each bedroom is already plenty, and then there's also 2 downstairs. So this house definitely has enough bathrooms to go around. For the master bedroom, I wanted to make sure that the ensuite here was larger so that it was a distinct master bedroom. So that's what I did, but then as a result, the actual room itself got a little bit smaller and kind of became a little bit of a weird shape, so I had to kind of play around with where I was going to place the bed and stuff like that. But it still turned out looking quite cozy and spacious though. And as you can see, I didn't put any kind of desk or anything in the master bedroom because earlier, if you were watching, I actually gave the parents like their own personal office / library. So there's 2 desks in the office downstairs, so I didn't bother to put one up here or anything like that. Versus the kids' bedrooms and the teen bedroom, I gave them both desks so they could do homework and stuff like that. And I find that when I build, I always try and make the house as functional as possible. And I think some people, when they build, they try and make it look as nice as possible, even if some things don't function properly. Other people tend to maybe get a little bit more creative with their items in order to make something look cool, but then it can't actually be used. I find with my builds, I always make sure that it's very playable and that everything is kind of has a purpose. So when I furnish the interiors, I always think like, what do the sim characters when you're playing the game actually need when you're in a room and stuff like that. And I try and make every room as functional as possible in terms of gameplay. But here you can see I am doing a teens room. It could be either a boy or a girl teen, either or, and it's also a really big room, so you can easily transition that room into a young adult room if they grow up. And I fully loaded it with a lot of different skill building activities, and I really like that bed. Like, is that bed new? I've never seen that bed before, or at least I've never used that bed before, so I think it's quite nice. And the other thing I really love about the master bedroom and this teen bedroom is they both have personal access to that large balcony that is kind of shared there. That balcony is such a cool feature. I would really like to have that in my actual home. I think it's really, really nice to have such a really, really big terrace like that. So you can just see I'm just putting the last little finishing touches on the house. But we are nearing the end of the voiceover. If you made it this far into the video, congratulations. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought of my very first kind of really, really massive build. It was definitely a challenge to fill the entire thing, but let me know what you guys think and let me know if you want me to do more large builds in the future. And stay tuned until the very end because these screenshots are coming very, very shortly. So that concludes our modern farmhouse build video today, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below what you thought about it. And stay tuned for next month because I'll be bringing some new videos to my channel, so get excited for that. And if this is our first time meeting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want to be friends or if you want to see more weekly Sims 4 base game build videos. I upload these videos once per week at the same time every week, so I will see you guys all next week. Bye everyone!